Salut, c'est Madame Sacco, et aujourd'hui nous allons parler de il est, elle est, et c'est. So we're going to talk about sentence structure, and it has to do with il est and elle est versus c'est. A couple of examples. Paul est grand. Paul est un grand garçon. So in these sentences, if I want to talk about Paul being tall, I can say Paul is tall. Paul is a tall boy. Paul est grand. Paul est un grand garçon. However, the trouble comes in if we want to replace the noun Paul with a subject pronoun, because the French use a couple of different sentence structures to do this. So, for example, they would say il est grand, he is tall, but they would say c'est un grand garçon, he's a tall boy. So notice the usage. In the first sentence, we have an adjective. And when we have just an adjective, we're going to use il est. However, in the sentence down below, we have this article, noun, and adjective combination. So we're going to use c'est. So just so you know, with the third person, il est, elle est, ils sont, elles sont, you're going to use those when you have just an adjective. Il est grand, elle est grande, ils sont grands, elles sont grandes. Even if you have more than one adjective, il est grand et beau, il est grand et amusant, things like that. Okay? C'est and the negative ce n'est pas, or the plural ce sont et ce ne sont pas. So again, we have c'est, ce n'est pas, ce sont et ce ne sont pas. Ce sont et ce ne sont pas are plural. You're going to use those in front of an article and noun, and sometimes an adjective. And that could be an adjective that goes in front of the noun or an adjective that goes after. When going forward for translation purposes, when talking about a female, remember both elle and c'est will translate to she is or she's. When talking about a male, both il est and c'est translate to he is or he's. Okay. And that's just in this instance. You couldn't say c'est français. Well, that's an adjective, so it would have to be il est français. So just keep in mind. When you're talking about things, however, all of the below, il est, elle est, or c'est, all translates to it is or it's. Okay, so these il est, elle est, and c'est, in the plurals, of course, you have to remember, just it's a varying sentence structure. It's a way to help you make sure that you're not being repetitive over and over and over again. So again, il est, elle est in front of an adjective, c'est in front of an article and noun and possibly an adjective, and they do translate to the same thing. Now you can go practice with it. Au revoir.